take words very lightly. Hi everyone, welcome back to BeyondTheSkyPodcast, and I am back with another story for you guys. This story is happening somewhere in Africa, and we have a young couple. We have Miriam and Prince. That's not their actual names, but this is what I decided to call them for this story. So Miriam and Prince were high school sweethearts. They met in high school and everything was okay with them. They were together for a really long time until Prince started to change a little bit. Prince's personality changed, it became really dark, and he really became a whole different person. Miriam really did not like this, so she was always arguing with him and always had this idea of leaving Prince. However, Prince really loved Miriam. It was just something was going on in his life. And out of nowhere, he got really successful. He got a business deal. He became a CEO of a great company in their town. And he was becoming so famous under 1 year. Even though he was successful, even though he had all the money under a year, it was really suspicious to Miriam how he got the money. Prince became really dark, and Miriam did not want to associate with someone that are doing dark stuff, so she tried her best to leave Prince, but Prince will refuse. They'll go into a toxic relationship and it will become really bad. At this point, Miriam and Prince were only engaged. They were not married just yet. It was Prince was rushing the marriage process, but Miriam wanted to leave him because she believed that Prince was not the man for her anymore because he became someone that she did not recognize. Miriam will leave the home, Prince will call her back. It was just a toxic relationship. They will argue all the time. You know how toxic relationships are, that's how they were. One night, while Miriam and Prince were doing their typical daily arguing session, Prince declared a word that will forever change Miriam's life and her future as well. Prince, while arguing with Miriam, he pushed her on the wall and stared at her eyes and said, "Mark my words, I will never ever leave you. Even if I have to die, you are mine and mine only, and no one will take you away from me." Miriam was shaken. She couldn't believe that he said such things, and she said whatever, and they kept arguing. 2 weeks later, while Miriam was walking back home after work, she gets a cold-blooded news. It was a dispatcher saying that they found her soon-to-be husband, aka Prince, dead in a car accident. Apparently that day, Prince and Miriam, they woke up in a really good humor. Miriam was finally able to tolerate Prince after months of not tolerating his new personality and his ways of being. Miriam did Prince's favorite breakfast. They had a nice little session together as couples, and it was just a beautiful moment between them. But apparently, because they spent so much time together, Prince was really late for a meeting, so he was rushing out. As Prince left the home, he apparently passed a red light and there was another car heading his way, and boom, there was a car accident and he passed away upon impact. And throughout the day, Miriam did not see any texts from Prince because, as you guys already know, Prince is someone that's really obsessed with Miriam and he loves her so much. So Prince had the habit to text her every single hour. He would text her, see if she's okay and whatever. And when she saw that he did not message her, she definitely felt suspicious, but she just said it's just her mind and she did not care much. Turns out he passed away in a car crash. So things become really sad. Miriam lost her soon-to-be husband, and she had to clean her house. She had to remove his clothes and put it in a storage area. The funeral came by. She removed her engagement ring and placed it into Prince's casket, and she forever said goodbye to her lover. She said goodbye to her high school sweethearts, and that chapter of her life was sealed. After a whole year healing and trying to get over Prince and his death, Miriam meets a wonderful man This man was like Prince, but more soft and kind. He was like Prince in terms of his status in business. The man that Miriam met was also a CEO, and they were also really successful in the media industry. So Miriam and him, they got together and they started going out all the time, and things started to become really weird when one day she decided to invite her new boyfriend over to her apartment. Keep in mind, the apartment that she is living in is where her and Prince used to live. And so she lives there all alone and she is just there. After having a cute date movie night in her apartment, they go to her bedroom to sleep. And Miriam lays down and she slowly starts to drift away in her sleep on her new boyfriend's chest. As Miriam is laying down sleeping, she starts to have a dream that is going to scare her really bad. In this dream, she's seeing that she is in the same position as she was when she fell asleep. So she saw her new boyfriend, let's call him Michael, on her bed, and she was laying on his chest. But what made the dream scary is that her room was in complete darkness despite her leaving the lamp light open. And the only light she saw was from the moon from the window that was behind her bed frame. She also noticed that she was paralyzed, so she couldn't move. But upon adjusting her eyes and looking clearly around the room, her eyes will stop dead at the end of her bed. She saw a man looking at her at the end of her bed, but she only saw the eyes and she only saw this part of the head of the person. I'll put an image to show you guys what I mean. And immediately she noticed that it was her ex-fiancé glaring at her. She saw her ex-fiancé, Prince, glancing at her in a really angry way, looking at her and Michael in a horrible way. And after 10 minutes, literally, of just him being really mad, Miriam wakes up in a jump and notices that it's daytime. Miriam decides to not tell her new boyfriend about this, but she starts to notice that every single time Michael, her new boyfriend, comes over to her house and they both lay to sleep and everything is okay, she'll always have the same nightmare of seeing her ex-fiancé Prince, who passed away, glaring at her and being mad. One night, Miriam was home alone and her boyfriend Michael went back to his house and she went to bed. And this time she had a dream that made her understand everything that she was seeing in terms of her dreams. She saw in her dream that night while sleeping that Prince came to her room, and as Prince came to her room, he sat near her and he looked really angry. And he said, "Didn't I tell you that you are mine? What audacity gave you this boost to go look for another man? I might not be there physically, but I am here with you all the time. Even when you sleep, I watch you. Even if you are in the bathroom, I'm with you. You took a shower, I'm with you. You're in the kitchen, I'm with you. You really think you're alone?" Upon waking up from this dream, Miriam was so scared about what she just heard and the revelation that her ex and her dead fiance literally told her. So Miriam decided to move out of the house entirely and get rid of anything that she knows that she's holding on to that reminds her of Prince, and she moved out of the country. And ever since she did so, she went to churches and did prayers, and she never saw Prince ever again, and she even got married and had children. This story is to make you understand that your tongue, the words that you declare, is super powerful. Don't take anyone's word very lightly, because whatever they say, you think it's just simple words, but it can really affect and change your life. So always plead the blood of Jesus over your life and every word you will declare, and rebuke any evil words. Bye-bye.